The White House has been trying to hide these secrets for years from you, but we finally gotten a hold of them, and they're about to blow your mind. This building of mystery has a lot more than the president's office and a few guest rooms, and it's shocking when you find that out. What are some of the craziest things in the White House? Where do the tunnels connect? And how does the president renovate the White House? We're gonna tell you all about it. First things first, where is this legendary building? Here, the White House sits in the heart of Washington, D.C., flanked by Maryland and Virginia. This is one large house, 55,000 square feet, and 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, and 6 floors. Yes, 6 of them. Not all of them are above ground, though. This place sits on 28 sprawling acres with gardens, fountains, and an outdoor pool. Oh, and the price tag? Worth a cool $400 million these days. Not some ordinary house. It's more like a palace. So let's start with something sweet. The White House Chocolate Shop. Yeah, it's a real place, and their pastry chefs create spectacular desserts for state dinners, holidays, and let's be honest, late night presidential cravings. From giant chocolate Easter eggs to edible White House replicas, made entirely out of white chocolate, creativity here reaches the next level dimensions. And if you love discovering unique places like this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights. While you're at it, here's a fun fact. The shop churns out $252,000 worth of flowers and sweets annually, because nothing says diplomacy like dessert. Let's begin with the East Wing, always the not-so-famous sister of the flashy West Wing. This part of the White House is where the majority of the action is, particularly for the First Lady and her staff. You see, major events, social campaigns, and actual running around are pretty much in-house activities. Nonetheless, it's the official entrance of visitors. So if you're ever invited to a state dinner, well, this is where your White House adventure would start. The East Wing also accommodates a family theater, a small intimate movie theater where the first family can now unwind and watch their blockbusters, or where the president can practice a big speech. Multi-purpose, practical, and very cool. Now we're going underground, into the sub-basement. As you might well imagine, there's not too much glamour below at the White House, but these are necessary workings. It is like the vessel's engine room. Here you'll find storage rooms, mechanical spaces, and even laundry facilities that keep the White House running smoothly. It's also where they keep some of the more utilitarian items. Think cleaning supplies, tools, and backup equipment. And yes, there are even bathrooms down here. Because let's face it, the White House may be fancy, but it's still a functioning household. Taking it up a notch, we have the ground floor, a blend of fancy showrooms and the behind-the-scenes spaces. Let's take off with the Vermeil Room and the China Room. The Vermeil Room has an incredible accumulation of gilded silver, where the China Room flaunts a couple of centuries of presidential dinnerware. And these are indeed the flex, a classy flex rather. And then there's the Diplomatic Reception Room, where foreign ambassadors get received when they visit the White House. It's all lavish, formal, and I dare say, Instagram worthy. But wait, it gets even quirkier. This floor also houses a flower shop. Yes, they arrange their bouquets, a carpenter shop, as even presidents need a little repair here and there. There's also a bowling alley. That's true, there's a one-lane bowling alley hidden away inside the White House. It's the perfect de-stressor after a long day of running the country. Ah, the first floor, where the magic happens. This is where the White House converts from being a house to a stage. There's the East Room, in fact the largest room of the house, where concerts, receptions, and even state funerals are held. Then there are more parlor-like spaces, better known as color-coded the Green Room, the Blue Room, and the Red Room. Each sports its different feel, but at the same time, all scream sophistication. Now, let's get personal. The family residence is where the president and the family live while here. There's a master bedroom, private dining room, and second kitchen. Think of it in terms of real estate, complete with 2 master bedrooms and baths, and a place for kicking back, literally above the fray in the 3rd level. There's also a solarium or sunroom, which has breathtaking views of Washington, D.C. And then there is a promenade, sort of the White House version of a balcony. Let's go upstairs into the Lincoln bedroom, one of the most famous rooms in the White House. In his day, it was President Abraham Lincoln's office, where he wrote the Emancipation Proclamation. These days, it's a deluxe guest room, stocked with everything from a hologram of the Gettysburg Address to a bed allegedly once owned by Andrew Jackson. But that's not all, folks. Winston Churchill and Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, among many guests, report seeing the ghost of Lincoln strolling up and down the hallways. Is it a national treasure or a haunted tourist trap? I'll let you decide that for yourselves. Now we're stepping into the West Wing, where the real power moves happen. This is arguably the most famous office in the world. Presidents have made historic decisions here, signed landmark bills, and even posed for some iconic photos. Right across the hall is the Cabinet Room, in which the president meets with his top advisors to discuss national and international issues. Also included is the Situation Room, that high-tech nerve center where crises are managed. It's like something out of a spy thriller, soundproof walls, secure video conferencing, and flat-screen TV showing real-time surveillance. And of course, there's the press briefing room. What used to be a swimming pool is now the place where journalists gather to grill the press secretary. Alright, so let's get into the juicy stuff. The hidden, high-security side of the White House. Beneath the East Wing, the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, a secure bunker constructed during World War II. Designed as a last resort haven for the president during crises, this fortified command center is packed with cutting-edge technology and communication systems. It is the last resort for when the stakes couldn't get any higher. And speaking of thrillers, let's discuss the underground tunnels crossing the White House grounds. The passageway connect various key parts of the White House. These hidden pathways are ideal for the use of staff, security, and even the president for secret access around the place. Most of the tunnels are as old as World War II, but no one knows exactly what they were for and their complete design. It's enough to make one wonder what else is hidden underneath this historic structure. After all, nothing sounds more intriguing than a subterranean labyrinth lurking beneath the very heart of American power. Now, the White House isn't all work and no play. It's got some serious fun features too, starting with a bowling alley, as we mentioned earlier. The original alley was built for President Truman, but the current one was installed by Nixon. Then there's the White House Cinema, a private movie theater with 42 seats. Presidents can even request movies still in theaters. Take that, movie theaters everywhere. There is also a game room which holds a pool table and a golf simulator with a fully fitted gym. Former First Lady Michelle Obama even used it to film her exercises in her Let's Move campaign. Finally, we've come to the Oval Office, the White House's crown jewel. It serves as the workspace of the president, with history being shaped and thousands of iconic photos made. The Resolute Desk is a gift from Queen Victoria. It is made up of timbers from a British ship. A president customizes the room with artwork, curtains, and even rugs on the floor that he or she prefers. May it be of Kennedy's classic cut or Obama's modern style, the Oval Office is a place that reflects whoever occupies it. And of course, maintaining a 200-year-old building isn't an easy task. The biggest renovation occurred during the Truman administration when all interior fixtures were raised and rebuilt to avoid its eventual collapse. At the time, it had cost $5.3 million, or equivalent to around $53 million today when you adjust for inflation. Recent renovations also occurred at the White House when it was renovated for $3.4 million in 2017 just for the HVAC systems and IT infrastructure. Every new president also has his pocket money, $100,000 worth of budget to redecorate the private quarters, but some, like Obama, have even dug into their own pockets to make the place feel more homey, if you will. And there you have it. Which room would you love to explore? Let us know your pick in the comments below. And before you end the video, we'll know why China could be a real competitor for Elon and his allies in the space race here in our video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, check out that video if you have some free time.